Hi, I'm Patu from freefincal, and this week let's take a look at Axis Bluechip Fund. And this is currently a large cap fund with a 5-star rating in value research. That looks impressive. It was earlier called Axis Equity Fund. We'll come to that. And if you were to look at the since inception performance, it seems to have bet the BSE Sensex 50. Value Research no longer has an agreement with NSE, I think. So it provides BSE indices, BSE benchmarks. The fund's benchmark is the Nifty 50, and the BSE 50 is similar to the Nifty 50. So it seems to have comfortably bet it. Does this mean you can use the Axis Bluechip Fund to beat the Nifty? Is this a good large cap fund, actively managed large cap fund to beat the Nifty? Let's find out the answer for that. So that is the subject of my article today. And if you were to study the history of the fund, now if you this is a classic example of where his fund history matters. First of all, looking at the since inception performance is wrong, and the reason for that is you can see here that Axis Bluechip Fund was earlier called Axis Equity Fund, and we need to dig deeper into what Axis Equity Fund was. What was its investment mandate? When did it change? And what should I know about it? So, if you were to start with the announcement when Axis Mutual Fund converted Axis Equity to Axis Bluechip, and that is here. You can link is in the article. If you were to look at this, it gives you the impression as if that Axis Equity Fund was always a large cap fund, and they just merely changed it to Axis Bluechip in order to conform with the SEBI regulations and so on. But that is not true at all. If you dig deeper and go to the fund house and go to the fact sheets and download randomly few months fact sheets and study, you will see that up to May 2007, so the fund was started January 2010. From January 2010 to May 2017, the fund was called simply an open-ended growth scheme, and it had a large and mid-cap investment, which is a blend of growth and value. So it's basically a well-diversified large and mid-cap kind of equity fund. And up to May 2007, from January 2010 to May 2007, the first 5 years, almost 5.5 years, first 7 years, 7.5 years, it was almost like a large and mid-cap fund. From June 2017 onwards, they started calling it, just 1 month later, they started calling it a open-ended large cap fund. But still the fund style was large and mid-cap. Well, and then so the fund has been large capish only from June 2017. So it is less than 2 years old in terms of operating as a large cap fund. That too, it is not a pure large cap fund. It became officially a pure large cap fund only from May 2018 onwards. So this is where the fund history matters. So don't take this this star rating is wrong in my opinion, because the fund has not been a proper large cap fund for 3 years minimum. For Value Research to actually rate a fund, it should have been a particular type of fund for the last 3 years, and in my opinion this is wrong. Well, many things about Value Research are wrong. Value Research ratings are wrong, and this is one of it. Any star rating is wrong, and this is another one of it. So what I would suggest is to start looking at the fund performance only from May 2017 or maybe 1st June 2017 onwards. That's what I would look at, and I will not take anything else seriously. Before I get to that, the reason why people are looking at actively managed large cap funds to beat the Nifty is because I have earlier shown that if you take Nifty 100, which is now the official SEBI large cap index, only 5 large cap funds have comfortably bet the Nifty 100. Only 5. That's like, you never know which those 5 are going to be in future, or how many are going to be in future. You never know. So that's the reason why it is interest. And so let's look at this. So what I've done is I have plotted the I think I have no, I don't have. So I have plotted the performance of the fund since June 2017. And you can see that since then, since when it was more or less a large cap kind of fund, it has, as on date, comfortably, just about, not comfortably, just about managed to sneak past the Nifty 50. You can see here it has fallen down here, it has been close to Nifty 50, just managed to keep his head above Nifty 50, not comfortably. And in the last 1 year, the performance has been bad. You can see that the white line, which is Axis Bluechip, is below the blue line, which is Nifty 50. So it's not, in that sense, it's not been a spectacular performer. And what is more striking is there has been 1,615 3-year data points possible since the fund, started. And if I compare all those 1,615 data points with the Nifty 50, so in each colored line you have those many data points. You can see that the blue line, which is the Axis Bluechip here, is well above the Nifty 50 3-year rolling returns graph. The distance between, notice the gap, and this gap has been comfortable up to this point, and then it falls down. And then notice around the time when it became a large cap fund, it falls down close to the Nifty 50. And over 3-year periods, the fund has not been able to beat the Nifty 50 for over 3 years, since about middle 2016 onwards. So that is bad. That is a bad performance, and therefore I cannot. No one can guarantee that going forward, Axis Bluechip will be able to beat Nifty 50 or not. Therefore, I will certainly not recommend investing in it if you want to beat the Nifty 50. My suggestion is stay away from all large cap funds going forward. Stick to aggressive hybrid funds or balanced advantage funds or multi-asset funds, depending on your risk appetite, your understanding of risk. I have a series of articles on these. You can have a look at that. My own retirement and son's education portfolio is built on aggressive hybrid fund or a balanced fund as a core portfolio. I've spoken about it several times. Please look at that. I also have some selection of aggressive hybrid funds that have bet the Nifty 100. You can have a look at all these, understand when to use which kind of hybrid fund. Explore these links. I'll insert some of them here. And then take a decision. Axis Bluechip, sorry, I don't think it's going to beat Nifty 50 or Nifty 100 in future, because it has to stay invested 80% in large caps, and the remaining 20%, I don't know how what it will do. So the benchmark is Nifty 100. Please always remember, don't get fooled by 80% large caps, because Nifty 50 is 50 large cap stocks. Nifty 100 is the next 50 also included. So it includes the Nifty next 50 as well. A large cap fund manager can take on more risk by adding more of Nifty next 50 stocks and try and beat the Nifty. But if they do that, the risk will increase. So be careful with those things. All those gimmicks they will do, because the money is there in the mutual funds only in the active funds. If they start, they don't push index funds because there's no money in them. There's not much profit in that for them. So that's what I have to say in this video. If you have any questions, please leave them below, and I'll try to answer them in this week's Q&A. So thank you as always for watching. Bye bye.